Manasseh was 12 years old when he became king, and he reigned in Jerusalem 55 years, and he did that which was evil in the eyes of the Lord, like the abominations of the nations that the Lord had driven out from before the children of Israel, and rebuilt the high places that his father Hezekiah had demolished, and he erected altars to the Baalim, and he made Asheroth, and he prostrated himself to the entire host of heaven. He worshipped them, and he built altars in the house of the Lord, concerning which the Lord had said, "In Jerusalem my name shall be forever." And he built altars to the entire host of heaven, in the two courts of the house of the Lord. And he passed his sons through the fire in the valley of Ben Hinnom. He practiced soothsaying, divination, sorcery. He consulted necromancers and those who divined by the Jeroboam. He did much that was evil in the eyes of the Lord to provoke him. And he placed the graven image of the idol that he made in the house of God, concerning which God had said to David and to his son Solomon, "In this house and in Jerusalem, which I have chosen from all the tribes of Israel, I will establish my name forever, and I will not continue to remove Israel's feet from the land that I have given their forefathers, if they will but observe to do all that I have commanded them, and according to all the law, the statutes, and the ordinances that Moses, my servant, commanded them." Manasseh led Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem astray, to do what was evil more than the nations whom the Lord had destroyed from before the children of Israel. And the Lord spoke to Manasseh and to his people, but they did not listen. And the Lord brought upon them the generals of the king of Assyria, and they seized Manasseh with hooks and bound him with copper chains and brought him to Babylon. When he was distressed, he entreated the Lord his God, and he humbled himself greatly before the God of his fathers, and he prayed to him, and he accepted his prayer, and he heard his supplication, and he restored him to Jerusalem, to his kingdom. And Manasseh knew that the Lord was God. And afterwards he built an outer wall to the city of David on the west of Gihon, in the valley, even to the fish gate, and he surrounded the uphill and raised it exceedingly. He placed military officers in all the fortified cities in Judah, and he removed the foreign gods and the idol from the house of the Lord, and all the altars that he had built on the mountain of the house of the Lord and in Jerusalem, and he cast them outside the city. And he built the altar of the Lord, and he sacrificed on it peace offerings and thanksgiving offerings, and he told Judah to worship the Lord God of Israel. But the people were still sacrificing on the high places, but only to the Lord their God. And the rest of Manasseh's affairs, and his prayer to his God, and the words of the seers who spoke to him in the name of the Lord, the God of Israel, behold, they are with the affairs of the kings of Israel, and his prayer, and his acceptance, and his sin, and his treacherous acts, and the places where he built high places and erected the Asherim and the graven images before he humbled himself. Behold, they are inscribed with the words of Hosea. Manasseh slept with his fathers, and they buried him in his house, and Amon his son reigned in his stead. Amon was 22 years old when he became king, and he reigned 2 years in Jerusalem, and he did that which was evil in the eyes of the Lord, as Manasseh his father had done. To all the graven images that Manasseh his father had made, Amon sacrificed. He worshipped them. He did not humble himself before the Lord, as Manasseh his father had done, for Amon, became more and more guilty, and his servants conspired against him and assassinated him in his palace. And the people of the land slew all the conspirators against King Amon, and the people of the land made Josiah his son king in his stead.